one of the things that I don't think the Sister Wives producers realize that we want so badly is to discuss Robyn and Kody's house. So here is Robyn sitting on that house. That came from Maddie as she's talking to Janelle. And there's been a few times it's been brought up. Like, for instance, in season 18, we discovered that the money that Janelle and Mary got from selling their house in Vegas went into Robyn's household. Now, Robyn fully admits this. She goes, it's a family asset, all of that. Christine's brought it up. But in general, when we're talking about the breaking up of the assets, the conversation is squished down to be just about Coyote Pass. And even that is a fight. So this is something that sometimes when I talk about what's fair for Coyote Pass, people are like, but that's not fair. It would not be fair because Kody and Robyn have that big house. And it gets a little confusing. So because that house was, I don't remember the exact amount, 800,000, 900,000. Then they turned around and sold it for like 1.7 million. So that's money that they made. And in fact, someone who was a real estate agent, when the house was listed before it sold, they pulled and they showed me all of the loans that had been taken out against the house, likely to fix the roof that Kody dropped a tree on, among other things. So when people talk about how are Kody and Robyn living, at least part of that was they were pulling out equity of their home as the value of their home increased. But Janelle has said repeatedly, Kody has not paid her back for that money. The idea was, and she said this is how it always had worked, one person would get money, it'd go into the family fund, it would benefit another person, and then another person, then it'd go over here. And like a lot of that, sorry, my hair stuck on something. A lot of that worked with like, oh, we're going to put more money over here because some of the kids are going through college, or more money over there, and some of that kind of thing. And she said she just had faith, and she admits this is naive, but she was naively believed that if they put money into the Robyn and Kody's house, that she would eventually get it back. And it was time for her to get it back. And we know that Kody started saying, no, there's no money, there's no money, there's no money. We also know, and Kody has said it, he's buying assets. He talks about all of his businesses. They're investing the money. She talks about that. McKelty's talked about that, this investment. Additionally, he's just lying and saying there's not money for it. When she wanted to build her little casita, she goes, hey, there's as much money in there now as there was when we bought Kody and Robyn's house. But suddenly there isn't enough money for Janelle to build her house. Now that it didn't actually work out well for her, because if she had gotten her house, maybe she would have stayed, or maybe she could have sold it and they could have gotten more money. But instead, we know that the money that Kody and Robyn is going into Etsy, it's going into paintings, it's going into their new house that they just recently bought, which I think, I'll tell you what, if you ever watch shows like any of the Real Housewives show, or Chris Lee Knows Best, or Real Housewives of Atlanta, we have seen this pattern before. We have seen this with various housewives and with Chris Lee Knows Best, where you sit around and you go, how can they afford all this? How can they afford all this? And the answer is they can't. They're leveraged to their eyeballs. And TLC money is not Bravo money. You know what I mean? Like, they're not only leveraged to their eyeballs, and when I say them, I mean Kody and Robyn, because everyone else seems to have this general sense of like Janelle was living in an apartment, a very reasonable apartment. Christine got a little townhouse. They seem to be, Mary went and moved into the B&B that she's been paying off for years. Like, they seem to be living within their means, and Kody and Robyn do not. And I'm telling you, when the show comes back next month, I'm really hoping they put they bring this up. Robyn's sitting on that house. Robyn's admitted it's a family asset. Why aren't they talking, or at least making Kody, bringing it? Sorry, there's like a crack back here and it keeps catching my hair. Making Kody, do I think they're going to get any money from Kody in that house? No, I don't think they are. But boy, they could really push him on it. They could make him say on TV that the money they took, he's not planning on returning. Like, get him on camera saying it. That's what I want in my heart and heart. I don't think we're going to get it.